Good day, everyone, and welcome to this training. Congratulations, for you being here shows that you're ready to change your financial status. Yes, you heard me right, and I meant every word of it. Listen, you see this skill I'm about revealing to you now is capable of making you a millionaire in no time, depending on how serious you take the training. And trust me, if you can take this training seriously, I bet you, your life will never remain the same. Becoming a phone technician is the best skill anyone can acquire today, and I will tell you why. You all will agree with me that we're already in a digital world. I mean, it's no longer news that people can't do without phone anymore. And that automatically gives you an edge as a phone technician to make lots of money for yourself. Because phone is an electronics device which can develop faults at any time. And most of these faults are minor faults, which could not take you anything to fix. But for your customers, it's a big deal. And mind you, no matter how much you charge for your services, it doesn't matter. Why? Because your customers are not actually paying for the work alone, but for your experience as well, because you didn't learn it for free. So you shouldn't feel guilty when charging your customers. For in this field, there's no fixed price for a specific issue or fault, though it could be negotiable, but it's not fixed. Meanwhile, talking about issues or faults, phones do develop most times. They includes 1. Mouthpiece problems. 2. Earpiece problems. 3. Speaker issues. 4. Charging port issues. 5. Sensor problems. 6. Screen replacements. 7. Visibility issues. When you dial a number, your phone screen goes blank instantly until the call ends before you can see your screen light again. 8. Talkback problem. This one, when it appears on your phone, nothing you press again that would respond. Rather, it would be speaking or talking back at you. And that's why it's called talkback. All these and many more are the things you're going to learn in this training. As a matter of fact, I have made available more than 60 videos of different faults that phones usually have and their solutions. And for the fact that it's made in a video form, you're going to understand every details in it. Not just that it's in a video form, but I also used a voiceover to explain everything in details. And also, most importantly, I tried as much as possible in my explanations to bring it down to a level where anyone could understand. Because in communication, which is the process of passing information, thoughts, or ideas, in a way that is clearly understood by the receiver, the number one key aspects of effective communication is clarity. The message is expressed in a way that is easy to understand by anyone, avoiding jargon or ambiguous language. Because if I should use the grammar terms in this field, at the end of the day, I would end up talking to myself, because when I'm talking to you and you're not following, then I'm not communicating. So relax, I got you covered. All you need to do is the moment you gain access to the videos, make sure you scroll up to the very beginning and follow it up, step by step, so you could grow from grass to grace. The first training video you're going to see should be the introduction to the major tools and equipment needed for the training. So with all these being said, now I want to point out the advantages you have as you register with us at the Young Phone Doctor. First and foremost, you don't have to go through the humiliations and embarrassments from your master, or even the so-called seniors, at your workplace. That's if you're to register offline in a physical shop. Because those people can be so mean sometimes. They can frustrate your life. They don't care who you are or what you represent, as long as you could bring yourself low to learn a skill. Therefore, you're ready to abide by the rules, which includes taking instructions from your seniors at the workplace, whether older or younger. It doesn't really matter. As long as he or she resumed before you, automatically, he or she becomes your senior. And as such, you are made to obey their instructions. They could send you on errand, and when you disobeyed, they punished you. Punishing you at any slightest mistake is their hobby. And I must tell you the truth. This humiliations and embarrassment has been the reason why so many youths have refused to go into apprenticeship, especially when you have gone through school and came out as a graduate. I mean, you don't expect someone who's already a graduate just because the government has failed in their duty. If not, a graduate doesn't supposed to be jobless, so because of that, a graduate would now stoop so low to learn a skill from an undergraduate or even an illiterate, all in the name of looking for a means of survival. It could have been so difficult for me as well, if not that I had the skills already, even before I got an admission to the higher institution. And now you can imagine me, after my NYSC, I would now go back to learn a skill from someone who has not even gone to school. No, I don't think I can do that. But you see, this platform I created provides you with all the privacy and respects that you deserved. As a matter of fact, you can learn this skill anywhere in the world, at the comfort of your home, without any embarrassment or humiliation from anyone. And the good news is that you can learn this skill in a month, depending on how smart and retentive your brain is. Unlike when you're learning offline, the difference between offline and online training is that there's every possibility that, from the beginning to the end of your stay in that shop or workplace, you might not have an experience of a particular work and how it's been done. Why? Because most of issues doesn't come at a time, sometimes in a month. All you get is screen problems, charging port issues, and stuff like that. Similar issues repeatedly, and because of that, You may stay up to 2 years or even more trying to acquire more knowledge. But as for the online training, everything is packaged together at once. It's now left for you to master them within a year or even a month. Yes, it's possible. I know so many people might be wondering, how possible is it for someone to learn how to repair a phone within a month, considering the fact that there's varieties of phones all over the world? Yes, no doubt. Let me break it down. There's different types of phones in the world, different models, different products, right? Yes, I understand. But the secret no one will tell you is that becoming a phone technician is not actually hard, the way most of you guys sees it. And that's because most of the issues phones usually have, when you learn the solutions, then you can apply the method to others. And it works, trust me on this. And you can go and verify. Let's take for instance, you learned how to fix charging ports for micro USB, the one some of you called brush mouth, right? When you learn it, you don't have to go about learning how to fix it on different models or products, but the same method is applicable to all other phones that uses micro USB port. You see, it's that easy. And also it happens with screens too, whether button phones, Android phones, including Samsungs and iPhones. In fact, for Android phones, there's some universal screens that can work for more than 10 different phones and work perfectly. And that's how they were built, in order to reduce the cost of production. I want to tell you a brief story about how I started when I started this journey at early 2011. Then there was nothing like Infinix, techno, itel, Huawei, Oppo, and Redmi. In short, the only common Android phones then was Samsung Galaxy 2 Plus, Motorola, and HTC. These are the common Android phones we used to see then. In fact, BlackBerry was like an iPhone then. Some of this generation now don't even know when BlackBerry was on board. Now all of these old phones that I mentioned, they are all outdated. But I'm still updated. I didn't have to go back to learn how to fix all these new products and models that's coming out. But here I am, fixing all kinds of phones, including iPhones, any kind of model. You see, once I revealed this secret to you, then you can be able to fix all kinds of phones, both the ones you see now and the ones that are yet to come. And not just phone alone, both power banks and MP players. All these trainings are made available for you in a video forms. All you need do is just register, gain access, and then take your studies seriously. That's all.